Hey guys, Hatchet here, and welcome to a look at the stalwart knight, Reinhardt. And you gotta love this badass tank. So Reinhardt's weapon is called the Rocket Hammer. He swings it in a huge arc that does heavy damage to any enemy he catches. If you're gonna run at a Reinhardt, be ready to take some heavy damage if he starts swinging. Do not underestimate it. He has a right-click ability called Barrier Field. It generates a forward-facing shield that blocks up to 2,000 damage, but it recharges while you're not using it, or when it's broken, it takes a short while to come back. The shield can even be used to block some ultimates like the Reaper ultimate, the Diva Blast, 76, and more. But be aware that the damage is quite heavy to the shield and you're going to need to recharge it after the fact. Some things also ignore the shield. It is best to try and manage this, however, by keeping track of your teammates, keeping them behind you, and also keeping track of how much damage you can still maintain. While using this ability, Reinhardt cannot attack or use other abilities. Next up, Reinhardt's shift ability. His shift ability is the charge. Reinhardt activates the rocket in his armor and charges straight forward, pinning the first enemy in his path down, while knocking the others he hits back. If the pinned enemy hits a wall, it deals impressive damage that is enough to take many foes down. You can steer this ability very slightly using your left and right movement, but it is very limited, so line it up properly first. Next up, his E ability, Fire Strike. Reinhardt whips his rocket hammer forward, shooting a projectile that pierces and damages any enemy it hits. It can be useful against stationary targets like turrets and bastions, turrets, as well as getting some damage done from a distance or through an enemy shield. It's long windup and fairly slow projectile speed, so be conscious of this when you're shooting it and how hard it will be to hit a speedy target. Instead, I would recommend looking out for, the slow targets, the stationary targets, or if you're really good, lead that shot. I believe in you. Finally, we have the heavy-hitting Earth Shatter ultimate. Reinhardt winds up and slams his hammer into the ground, knocking down and causing damage to all enemies in front of him in a cone shape. This ultimate can absolutely split a game wide open. With a little coordination, you can set up another teammate's ultimate, or even just incapacitate them long enough for you and your team to eliminate them before they can recover. But be careful though, because if they get behind a wall or behind another Reinhardt shield or anything like that, they will not be affected. These skills, alongside his bulk and armor, make Reinhardt an amazingly fun tank to play. There's something about being a behemoth of a man with a frickin' rocket hammer that really speaks to me. He does have some clear downsides though. His attack is essentially limited to just melee distance, so his damage output can be hard to find in a match. Also, his shield is directional, so it can be targeted from multiple sides at once, so he has to make a choice, or flanked by a speedy character that won't allow him the time to relocate his shield. In the end, he is an easy and fun character to play with a lot of room to help your team win. If you enjoyed this, drop a like, leave a comment, tell me what I missed, any other tips you would have for people picking up this hero, and hope you enjoyed it.